Thank you so much, Steph. Our top story this morning, a court appearance today for a man who has now been charged with first-degree murder in 3 separate homicides in Toronto, including the death of an innocent 12-year-old boy earlier this month. 27-year-old CJ Hobbs arrested earlier this week in Halifax. He will be in court today to face charges. Police allege he was the getaway driver in 3 homicides, including the death of 12-year-old Dante Andriata, who was shot on November the 7th in the area of Stoncourt near Jane and Finch while shopping with his mother. He died several days later. 2 other men are also facing first-degree murder charges in the boy's death. Hobbs is also charged with first-degree murder in the death of 21-year-old Demario Jenkins, a popular Toronto rapper known as Houdini, who was shot to death on King Street last May, as well as the murder of 27-year-old Hamdi Zakari, who was shot and killed near Jane and Lawrence back in October.
We're alleging that he's aware that the murder is going to happen. He helps facilitate that murder, and his conduct after the murder also helps facilitate it. So that's a no-brainer. It's a first-degree murder.
2 other men are also facing first-degree murder charges in the boy's death. Hobbs is also charged again with a first-degree murder, as we mentioned, of Demario Jenkins. Again, we will continue to follow this story for you here on Breakfast Television, any developments that come through court. A man is recovering in hospital after being shot through the front door of his home in Pickering. The bullet holes clearly visible, as you can see here at the house. This happened around 9:30 last night near Brock and Taunton Roads. The victim's injuries are non-life-threatening. So far, there have been no arrests. Let's talk education now. The province is dropping hints that next month's winter break from school could be extended if our COVID cases continue to rise.
The bottom line is just protecting the next semester. We've done a lot of good in the first, and I think the announcement we'll unveil will be comprehensive and include a variety of elements, one of which can include something like an extended closure, an online learning experience.
The education minister alluding to an upcoming announcement, though not indicating when we're going to be hearing more. It comes after models forecast as many as 6,500 new daily COVID cases by mid-December, and a proposal from the Council of Ontario Directors of Education that students learn virtually at the start of January. 14% of Ontario's 4,800 schools have COVID cases. Coming up at 8 o'clock, a little bit later on this morning, we're going to talk to CityNews political specialist Cynthia Mulligan with more. Well, as COVID cases continue to climb across the province, some areas are being hit much harder than others, including dozens of neighborhoods across Toronto and the GTA. Data collected the first week of November showing 30 GTA neighborhoods, including 14 in Toronto, have an alarmingly high test positivity rate. Some of the worst hit areas include Black Creek and Jane and Finch, with a test positivity rate of 14.9%. And that is prompting calls for a more localized response to the pandemic, including having boots on the ground. All right, apologies. We will get that clip to you in just a bit. Let's move along to some other stories now. Toronto police have issued a warning for those selling video game consoles online after seeing a spike in robberies. And this comes after 2 robberies on Monday, and they were just 4 hours apart. Both happened near Glencairn subway station as victims were meeting someone who had answered their online ad. In one incident, the suspect pulled out a gun. And this comes as both Xbox and PlayStation released their next-generation consoles last week. So again, a warning to the public if you're looking to sell anything online.